It's time. It's time to start. Hi. Welcome. We're vivacious today. All right. Welcome, everyone. Hello. All right. I'm glad we're so energetic today. Good morning. Good morning. My name is Reverend Julia Robles Scott. My pronouns are she, her, and I am glad to be your bridge minister for just one more week. And glad you're here today. I love you all very much. So I'm going to invite us to stand for our first two community songs.
Everything I need to know about what lies before me. Everything I need to know about what lies before me is available to me, is available to me in the mind of God within me. Everything I need to know be strong about what lies before me is available to me, is available to me through the mind of God within me. Everything I need to know about what lies before me, everything I need to know about what lies before me is available to me, is available to me through the mind of God within me, through the mind of God within me, through the mind of God within me.
Thank you, Chana and Marilyn. So welcome everyone who's joined us while we were singing here in the room and out there in virtual land. Hi out there. Welcome. So it is my honor to remind us of who we are. We are a radically inclusive, spiritually progressive, supportive community that celebrates the diversity of creation. We aspire to live authentic spiritual lives through a practical application of the teaching of science of mind. We engage in sacred practices that uplift our spirit, deepen our awareness, and ignite our soul's self-expression. We demonstrate active compassion to ourselves, each other, and the world. We experience meaningful contribution through giving generously of our time, talents, and treasures. And we intentionally promote our community and its teachings. So now is the time of our service for our inclusion candle lighting ritual, and I'm inviting Rev Barb to come up and light our candle for us today. So we light this candle to celebrate the unity of all people, all faiths, all beings, all life, honoring the infinity of oneness as all creation, the seen and unseen, and to remind us of the light of spirit within us all. Thank you. So here's our question for today. What's alive in you today? Joy. Aliveness? Gratitude? Hope. Staying alive. Family. Growth. Happiness. Partnership. Love. Empathy. Creativity. Connection. Health. Compassion. Cooperation. Wow, we are alive today. Woohoo! That's great. Thanks for sharing. So as a reminder, we are a praying community, and there are some lavender slips in the seat backs in front of you. You're welcome to fill that out and put it in the brown box to the left of the door. And the practitioners and ministers pray on those every Monday and throughout the week. So if you're sitting in the front row, just know that you can walk over to that table and get a purple slip and put it in that box. If you're on YouTube, you can go to our website at sierracenter.org and click on prayer. And that will be submitted to us, and we will pray on that for you. So thank you. Also, prayer is available after service with our practitioner, Shara, today. Welcome, guests. If there's anyone here for the first or second time, if you feel comfortable, please raise your hand. We'd love to welcome you. All right. Welcome, welcome. Nice to have you. Thanks for being here. And now I'm going to invite Maxine up to share our announcements for us.
I never think I need this, but Hello, my name is Maxine Cosby, and these are today's announcements. Our new magazine, Science of Mind, have arrived, so if you're ready to pick up your May-June double issue, it's in the foyer today. If you're interested in serving our center congregants with compassionate care, please sign up in the foyer or email the office of Rev Julia. Rex. If you would like a prayer partner for the week, sign up on the list in the foyer. Then connect with another person on the list after service to support one another. There's a Board of Trustees meeting today after service. Join us if you would like to attend. Sacred Circle Dance, Monday, May 20th at 10:30 to noon, is meeting in Congdon Park. Contact Judy with any questions. Her phone number is 530-798-0385. Thanks, Judy. Yard beautification. Volunteers are still needed. Sign up on the pink sheet in the foyer to help volunteer in our garden. Someone had some suggestions about artichoke plants, so maybe he'll come and plant them for us. Please help set up the keyboard for the Peace Choir after service. Thank you. You can find Zoom links and details about all of our announcements in our weekly e-newsletter and on our website, sierracenter.org.
Thanks, Maxine. This morning, I realized there's an announcement that didn't get onto the announcements yet. Because I was here this morning and I was doing all the setup. So I won't be here after next Sunday to set up. So we need some setup volunteers. Even just one person, right? To make the coffee, turn on the lights, just get things set up and ready. Tate? Thank you, Tate. All right, got a volunteer already. So that's a good question. So we'll need to get somebody the key if you're going to be here before 9 o'clock. Otherwise, usually the tech team or the music team are here at 9. But 9 o'clock is plenty of time to get here. So the building should be open for you. All right, thank you. So there's a sign-up sheet right over there on the round table for that. Also, there's a schedule, volunteer schedule there, if you want to fill in your name. It's in that upright on that white paper. If there's anything on there that you want to sign up for, that'd be great. All right, thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Coming from Diana, who's a devout save us service person. She does a lot for us, so thank you. All right, let's see, where are we? Now we get to do another community song, so I'll turn it back over to our musicians.
We
was beautiful. And now I'd like to turn it over to our practitioner, Shara Banbury, for our sacred reading.
Good morning. When I first came to Sierra Center in 2004, there was a woman who was attending that I find remarkable. And she is now 100 years old. And she's been in Oakland for many years. And she wrote this book while she was here. It's called Creative Potpourri by Barbara Jean Williams. Do any of you remember Barbara Williams? Yes. Okay. Well, she was a wonderful writer. She was a wonderful woman. She worked a lot with prisoners in the jails. She had a very lovely understanding of religious science. And she married a man who had been in jail. And he just flourished with her love. They were married quite a while. And she outlived him and kept going in her way that was so beautifully profound. So one of the things that she talks about in her book is the founder of Church for the Fellowship of All People in San Francisco. And his name was Howard Thurman. And he was Martin Luther King's mentor. So this is from Howard Thurman. Whatever may be the tensions and the stresses of a particular day, there is always lurking close at hand the trailing beauty of forgotten joy or unremembered peace. Don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive, and go do it. You see, we are individualized beings, and as individualizations of this one life, we have choices and decisions that we can make to set the tone for a better world. We can focus on the wrongdoings, or we can choose to be a place of peace and comfort for our brothers and sisters of the world, truly making a world that works for all. As we support one another, greater experiences are realized. The disenchantment of life experiences become awake and alive as we dance the dance of life, uplifted and conscious of how life has manifested up until now. It is truly up to us to be the catalysts that make the world a better place of peace and justice for all. It is up to us to speak our truth and know that it does not fall on deaf ears. It is up to us into our power and claim a better experience for each one in need. We are powerful beings, the ones who can ignite a greater expression of a life that supports all, whether it be through the distribution of resources or the acts of love. It is up to us. So, in thinking about our community value this week, it's gratitude. You know, we keep going over these various values. It's because they're really important in our lives. So each time we talk about a value, we have a different take on what it is for us. So mine's always a little bit personal. So I'll tell you, I met with a friend of mine who moved from here to Ahik. I know it and I feel it all the time. And she said, I'm living my life that way now. And I said, well, my mom taught me that when I was little. And I've always tried to see it that way. And it's certainly been a good guide, but it's not consistent every minute, you know? There are times when you aren't quite yourself in alignment. So the other woman said, I'm so grateful we're having this conversation because I've been so sad about the passing of my husband, and I've been looking for a way to come alive again. And this feels right to me. This woman is a retired professor of peace classes in colleges and a Quaker. Don't I have wonderful friends? So I'm sure you do too. So that's where my gratitude is coming from. Just all the friendships that we have here and out in the community and all over the country and the world. We all have friends everywhere. And some we don't even know are our friends. I mean, I run into people all the time that say, oh, I remember you. You were blah, blah, blah. And I always appreciated what you were saying, you know, that kind of thing. And I think we all have that. We don't realize we touch each other's lives so deeply. So gratitude. So let's take a time of inward shift. And I'll ring the bowl, and after each ring of 1, 2, 3, we'll say an Om. And then we'll go into a meditation and a prayer. eternal, complete, all-knowing, all-seeing, all-action. One mind that created all that is in consciousness. It is that knowing of love itself that reaches into all of its creation as the artist with its paintbrush. It paints the diversity, the beauty of all the colors. We've seen it in the auroras this week. We know it is not of our making. And so we touch into and communicate and appreciate and give gratitude for that one mind reaching into each one of us as we open to receive it. And so that divine intelligence is always working through us. It is everywhere. It is in all things. And we are learning through science now all the ways that it expresses. Through the crow, through the volcano rock, through the waters. We know that love, as we pour it into any of these creatures, it flows back to us. And so here at Sierra Center today, I claim and accept that for myself and every person here online and listening in. We have one mind, and that mind is perfect. And so there are times when we get in a place of confusion or understand things not too well, or maybe even react emotionally to something that comes up as a condition or circumstance in our lives. But we take in that realization in that moment when we are most susceptible to disbelief, to claim it, to know it, to hold on to it, to let it grow in strength, to let it fill our own minds. It is a healing factor of our magnificence as expressions of Spirit God. Gratitude is my prayer. I ask for nothing. I am deeply grateful for everything. And humbled by this truth, I speak my word into that divine mind, into that one law, knowing that all of this is already done in spirit, and all of our needs are met before we even think of asking. And so it is. So now is our time for affirmation. I'm going to say this once, and then if you would like to, you can say it with me the second time. My outer life exists in alignment with the truth of my most authentic self. My outer life exists in alignment with the truth of my most authentic self. And so it is. Thank you. Now Marilyn, our wonderful music director, is going to play a song for us.
The sounds we make as we go along, time we take to sing our song, it's just a matter of a point of view. We've all got something that we're going through. Do we mean exactly what we say? Are we living mindfully today? Have a look at how we motivate, what we want versus what we create. We're just here for a moment, let's celebrate. Treat each other kindly, I'm seeing you as great. Live into this moment, it's what we've got. Focus on what we have, not what we do not. Spiraling up and up, may you never dwindle down. You can always fill your cup. Please will you tread lightly on the ground. The world keeps spinning for us to share. It's a miracle that we go anywhere. Let's not overvalue our importance. Still take your hat, throw it over the fence. Be the best that you can be. Of this aspect we have liberty. Bring out your greatest as a reflection. The way God made us is creation. We're just here for a moment, let's celebrate. I appreciate you, yeah, I think you're great. Live into this moment, it's what we've got. Focus on what we have, not what we do not. Oh, spiraling up and up, may you never dwindle down. You can always fill your cup. Please will you tread lightly on the ground. Just here for a moment, let's celebrate. I appreciate you, yeah, I think you're great. Live into this moment, oh, it's all we've got. Focus on what we have, not what we do not, yeah, yeah. Live into this moment, this is our moment.
Thank you, Marilyn. That was absolutely beautiful. Well, it's time for the talk. It's really strange, the process that goes through me when preparing for a talk. It shows up in different ways, different times. Sometimes I don't know if it's even going to show itself. This morning I woke up and it was just like, whoa, it just flowed through me. And then I forgot the flow. I was like, okay, I don't know what's going to happen. But anyway, this month we've been talking about going from good to great to grand. And so today we're talking about the steps that we take to go from good to great to grand. And I just want to start us off with this quote from Ernest Holmes. And he says, "The ultimate goal of life does not mean that we shall ever arrive at a spiritual destination where everything remains static and inactive. That which to our present understanding seems an ultimate goal will, when attained, be but the starting point for a new and further evolution." Just something to remember, right? It's an ongoing process. We're all on this journey of self-actualization. And how we get there can be unique as each one of us. But there are steps that we can take. Some of the steps we take in our process of self-actualization are aligning our thoughts, our intentions, and actions. So today we'll be talking about alignment, aligning our thoughts, intentions, and actions. And how do we do that? How do we come into alignment? Well, we have to take time for ourselves. We have to go within. We've got to figure out what our values are. We've got to meditate, contemplate, listen in, feel into spirit. What are our values? Well, like Shara shared today, one of our values as community is gratitude. It's also integrity. Integrity, we talk about integrity as being in alignment with our values, our thoughts, our actions. So alignment is so important. And once we figure out what those values are, then we can decide, well, what's our next step? Maybe it's to set a course for personal growth and self-discovery with clear intention. And how do we go about that? A lot of us have taken classes, science of mind classes, right? Transformation happens in science of mind classes. I'm here to attest to that. But sometimes once we find our values and we have this intention to move forward and create more goodness as our life, something stops us. Anybody know what that is? Fear. Fear, right? I'm glad I'm not the only one. What things have you been afraid of that have kept you back from going from good to great or greater? Failure, fear of failure, yes. Worry, yep. Worry. Not belonging. The feeling of not belonging.
Russians, Chinese.
Say that again?
You asked about fear. Russians.
Yes, we have fear. We have fear of different countries, different cultures, the unknown. What about comparing ourselves to someone else? I'm not good enough. Someone else can do it a lot better than I can. I had those things hold me back for a lot of years. So in our Science of Mind magazine this month, Dennis Merritt Jones has an article about fear. And a lot of us, we talk a lot about how fear can stand in our way, and that, sometimes we think of it as like, we need to get rid of it. But he's saying maybe fear got a bad rap. Maybe fear is put here to teach us something. If we think about that God is all there is, and we know that God is love, why would our benevolent Creator give us fear? Good question. To challenge us. To whip us into shape. I use fear in kind of a similar way. I don't whip myself anymore, but I'm much more compassionate. I'm much more compassionate with myself. So what I use fear, though, is to build that spiritual muscle, because when I notice that I go into fear, that's my opportunity to rein my thoughts in. That's what I call it. Rein those thoughts in, right? And bring me back into this moment. Because a lot of times we go into fear because of something that's happened in the past. Something's going on, we're afraid that it might happen again, right? Or we're afraid of what might happen in the future. So it's about reining ourselves in, reining our thoughts in, and being in this moment. In this moment, we have everything we need. We are okay. All is well right here, right now, in this moment. So I was really appreciating that article by Dennis Merritt Jones. And I got a chance after I graduated to have him as a mentor for a few weeks. And it was very, one of the blessings of being a ministerial student is many wonderful teachers come into our lives. So, alignment and intention, one of the ways also to discover what our values are and things that we need to let go of is to take classes. Like I said, take classes, right? And during Science of Mind classes, we get to learn about the 4 kingdoms of consciousness. Anybody know what those are? 4 kingdoms of consciousness. If you don't know, get your Science of Mind magazine this month, because there's a great article about the 4 kingdoms of consciousness. And a lot of times when we start our spiritual journey, we may be coming from the kingdom 1, the first kingdom of consciousness, which is we may feel like life is doing all this stuff to me and that I don't have control over it. I may feel like a victim. Oh, and just as a reminder, we can go from 1, 2, 3, and 4 at any time during the day. So this is not about judgment, about what kingdom we happen to be in. So, but being aware of what kingdom we're spending most of our time in is helpful, because it helps us recognize where our next step could be from going from good to great to grand, right? And so we learn, we take classes, we interact, we do workshops, and we can get to go from the kingdom of consciousness of 1, of being the victim, to the second kingdom, which is I have power. I can make the change. I can do this. So we recognize that power that created the universe is in us. That we can create a better world for ourselves. And then we can even go to the kingdom of consciousness, which is the 3rd kingdom of consciousness. And that's where amazing things happen in the kingdom of consciousness. The 3rd one, which is through me. It's at this kingdom where we surrender our will and our life over to the care of God as we understand God. Or we become the willing vessel to say, Spirit, what is it that you would have me do? How would you like to live my life as me? We become that vessel, we open up, we surrender to the goodness. And as we do that, our life starts to flow with ease and abundance in all things. in all areas of our life. It's a great place to be. The Kingdom 3. And in 3, we often get glimpses of Kingdom 4, which is where the master teachers spend most of their time. Jesus, Buddha, other masters, and that is the Kingdom number 4, which is oneness. Living in the oneness. We talk about oneness a lot in this teaching. We are all one, we know it, but how do we embody that? How do we actually live from the feeling and the knowing that we are one, not only with each other, but with the infinite, the creator of all life? That one is in us and we are in it. There is only oneness. And so we're continually given the opportunity to remember this truth. To go from good to great to grand. Oh, I believe I have a quote here I want to share. It's by Emma Curtis Hopkins. She's one of the great spiritual teachers and organizers of the New Thought movement. And Emma said, "All of your affairs, as you look at them, represent your former way of thinking. They are held together by the glue of your former ideas. Now, if you withdraw that glue, what can you expect? But that your affairs will all fall to pieces to let new affairs, representing your new way of thinking, establish themselves." So this is the good news, right? When we look out into the world and it looks like it's falling apart, we can remind ourselves that something grand is emerging right now. We are co-creating it. It's that newness because we've up-leveled our consciousness. We have a greater idea of how we want our world to be. And that's what's happening. That's the truth that's happening. So I think it's an exciting time to live on the planet. It's amazing. So we can remember about these kingdoms of consciousness as we go through our day. You know, somebody might cut us off in traffic and, you know, we might react and think that they're doing something to us, right? Or we can center ourselves, right? And thank them for reminding ourselves to do our spiritual practice. How about that? So being in alignment is a state of being where our values, thoughts, beliefs, and actions seamlessly come together. And Dennis Merritt Jones, in his book, The Art of Living, said, "To be impeccable in our word is to bring our spoken word and our unspoken intention into alignment so that the inner thought and the outer action are the same." So that's what we can strive for. By continuously seeking alignment, we embark on a transformative journey that harmonizes both our inner and our outer world, right? So that's how we do our part to bless the world. One way. And then intention. We've got to be cultivating our mindfulness. You know, when we make an intention, that is placing a demand on the universe. We are speaking our word into the law. I intend to do ... I am intending right here and right now. That's a powerful statement. So these things, alignment and intention, are ways that we can go from good to great to grand. And then the third point we want to talk about is activation. And activation is how do we live our life out loud that is in alignment with our values and our highest ideals. How do we do that? We put it into practice. So those are some of the steps that we can take that support our living our most authentic lives. You know, it's really funny. I got up this morning, I'm like, what am I going to wear? Some of you may wonder what this t-shirt is underneath my great jacket. Right, I'm going to tell you. But yeah, somebody said, oh, that's such a great jacket. And I'm like, Shara, I have really great friends, and they give me great clothes. But I realized that this is May. I would be totally remiss if I didn't speak about Each Mind Matters. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, right?
California's mental health movement.
Wow.
Yes. So, yeah, I wore my Stigma Stops With Me bracelet, right? My stigma stops with me. So if you don't know, I mean, I've shared my story a few times, I'm the evidence that people recover from mental health challenges and addiction challenges. So stop the stigma that people can't recover, because we can and do. We get to go take the steps on our spiritual journey. I mean, this teaching has been hugely instrumental in my recovery. I have gone through so many transformative healing experiences by taking Science of Mind classes. I couldn't name them all, but it's the reason why I'm a minister. It changed my life so much that I was determined to share this teaching with others. So self-actualization requires the interplay of alignment, intention, and activation. It's something that's ongoing. And intention is what drives us forward. Activation involves translating our values and intentions into real-life actions and embodying them in our daily lives. But to live from the space goes beyond mere contemplation. It requires active engagement and activation of our authentic selves, right? We've got to be who we came here to be. We've got to let go of the, well, you should be this and you should do that, and you can't do this, BS, right? We need to be who we came here to be. We are magnificent spiritual beings. We have a purpose. You know what? And it's not just one thing. It can change over the course of our life. Our values can change over the course of our life. But the important thing is to be in alignment with who we are, because we can experience a sense of peace within us when we do that, right? And that transfers out into the world. We co-create a sense of peace in the world. So Eckhart Tolle says, when the basis of your actions is in inner alignment in the present moment, your actions become empowered with the intelligence of life itself. It's powerful, powerful. So my call for you to action this week is to think of one thing that you would like to manifest in your life this week that can create a better life for yourself. And set that intention. Set an intention this week to do that one thing. Figure out what you must release. What fear? What is the fear telling you? Feel into it. Bless it and let it go. And what must you embrace to actually activate your self-actualization? Winding down, I want to share this quote from Ernest Holmes. It goes like this. Spiritual mindedness is a persistent and consistent attempt to feel the divine everywhere and in all things. Spiritual mindedness. So that's ours to do, right? This is ours to do. to be persistent and consistent, attempting to feel the divine everywhere and in all things. So these are some of the steps we can take to step into that goodness, greatness, and grandness. And I encourage us all to keep stepping forward and just saying yes as Spirit continuously nudges us forward on our path to self-actualization. And with that, I want to anchor this in prayer. So I invite you to close your eyes, and if you so choose, take these words as your own. Right here and right now, I claim and accept the infinite, divine power and presence of love, the infinite wisdom and intelligence that created all of life. I accept that it is in me, that I am using it with every thought, belief, and action I take. And so today, I make a commitment to align myself with my values, my purpose. I speak my word of intention and say yes to Spirit's promptings. To be that willing vessel of Spirit to show up and live its life as my authentic self. And I realize and recognize that the divine is always moving through, in, and as me. And so I open myself up today and every day to the awareness of Spirit's presence, to realize and recognize that our Creator is benevolent, that no matter the chaos, the crisis that I may be experiencing, there is that place inside of me where all holiness dwells, all safety lies. Everything I need to know and more is within me. And so I know that all is well, that there is a divine unfolding of spiritual evolution happening in, through, and as each of us, in, through, and as our spiritual community right here and right now. I am so grateful for perfect timing, perfect opportunity, knowing that everything we need and more has already been given to us. And we simply say, thank you, God, as we accept this as our truth. And so it is. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you. So I'm going to invite our musicians up, and please stand for our song now. Oh, yeah.
I'm ready. I do what gives me life. I do what gives me life. I do what gives me life. Hey, hey. I do what gives me life. I do what gives me life. I do what gives me life. Hey, hey. In these moments I am given. When situations call to me, I now choose this path of living. I now choose what sets me free. I do what gives me life. I do what gives me life. I do what gives me life. Yeah, yeah. I do what gives me life. I do what gives me life. I do what gives me life. Yeah, yeah. In these moments I am given. When situations call to me, I now choose this path of living. I now choose what sets me free. gives me life. I do what gives me life. I do what gives me life. Yeah, yeah. I do what gives me life. I do what gives me life. I do what gives me life. Yeah, yeah. In these moments I am given. In situations called to me, I now choose this path of living. I now choose what sets me free. I do what gives me life. I do what gives me life. I do what gives me life. Yeah, yeah. I do what gives me life. I do what gives me life. I do what gives me life. Yeah, yeah. In these moments I am given. In situations called to me, I now choose this path of living. I now choose what sets me free.
Thank you for your help with it. All right. So you can be seated now. And this is our time of conscious giving. And I want to share a thank you from one of our community partners that we tie to, and that's Spirit Peer Empowerment Center. This letter came in this week. It says, "Dear friends, thank you for your contribution of $217.96 to Spirit Peer Empowerment Center. It will help us in providing our full array of services, support groups, classes, laundry, showers, and hearty, healthy lunches. We continue to evaluate current needs and grow to accommodate them. Your support helps us to reach success. I have enclosed a brochure and a calendar. Please share with anyone you think may be interested." So I put the brochure and the calendar. The brochure's over there on the counter, and I placed the calendar up there on the cabinet. So there's great classes there, yoga, support groups, all kinds of things. And in case you didn't know, I used to work at Spirit, and that's where I got a lot of my support in recovering from my mental health challenges. Yeah, Spirit Peer Empowerment Center. So that's just one of many nonprofit organizations that we share our tithings with. So, okay, it's time for our conscious giving, and so I'm going to invite you to stand up and down. Okay, we're getting our exercise. And let's say this together, and I invite you to put your hand over your heart as we say, "I give this gift with love and joy from a consciousness of abundance. Divine love blesses and prospers all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive." And so it is. And now's the time to be seated. And so our basket is going to be passed while Marilyn plays the little song for us.
We are dancing in spirit, each of us knows our part. Sing it with me if you like. We are dancing in spirit, each of us knows our part. We are dancing in spirit, each of us knows our part. We are dancing in spirit, each of us knows our part. Yes, we do. are dancing in spirit. Each of us knows our part.
Thank you for your gifts of your presence and your love, your beingness. Thank you for being here today. This service wouldn't be what it is without you. And so I want to bless these offerings, knowing that the infinite giver continues to give to us everything we need and more. And I know that these financial gifts return back to us multiplied. And they go out into our community. And they bless our community partners. And they bless so many people that will never even know how much these gifts are blessing the world. And so with gratitude, I simply say thank you for this eternal goodness that continues to bless us and the world, knowing it is Spirit moving through us as life itself. And so it is. So it is. Okay, let's see. Reminders and thank yous. I want to thank Van for the wonderful weeding and beautifying he did this week. Thank you. One of the things I really appreciate about Van is he leaves some of the flowers. Thanks,
Yeah.
Van.
Nice.
Thank you, Diana and Marlene, Javon. Thank you for your service today. Thank you, Maya. Thank you. Thank you, Shara. Thank you. Thank you, Marilyn. Thank you, Chana. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. Maxine, yes. Thank you, Maxine.
And Barb lit the candle.
Barb, yes. Thank you, Barb. Yep, got Shara. Thanks, everybody, for being here.
And thank you, Rev Julia.
Oh,
for
you're
beautiful
welcome.
talk.
It's my pleasure. My pleasure. My pleasure. So what are we taking away with us today? Joy. Love. Gratitude. Community. Blessings. Courage. I didn't hear that, Van.
I said really high.
Oh, hi. Yes.
You can take that however you wish.
Elevated, yes. We feel elevated. All right, beautiful. Well, okay. So as a reminder, there's a Board of Trustees meeting today after service. And let's see, what other things do we need to be reminded about? Oh, yes. Please help the set up the keyboard for the Peace Choir. And test it, yes. Oh, please don't turn off the sound because we've got to test the keyboard first. So thank you for saying that, Shauna. All right, so I'm going to invite us to stand for our benediction. You can repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening as me right now. Something wonderful is happening as me right now. It's this thing called self-actualization.
It's this thing called self-actualization.
It's this thing called alignment.
It's this thing called alignment.
It's this thing called intention.
It's this thing called intention.
I know it.
I know
I
it.
feel it.
I feel it.
I sense it.
I sense it.
Because I am
Because
it.
I am it.
And so it is.
And so it is.
And let's remain standing for our closing song.
Here we go.
I release and I let go. I
let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.